The Chosen's Dallas Jenkins is helping create a biblical universe with new projects focusing on different personalities and stories from the Bible. As I've talked about on this channel, one of these stories will be about Joseph, an 8-episode miniseries focusing on his life, how he was enslaved, how he saved Egypt, and how he reunited with his brothers who had sold him into slavery, and his father Jacob. Joseph is currently in development, but we have another show Dallas Jenkins talked about that will focus perhaps on one of the most important people in the Bible other than Jesus, Moses. So in this video, we'll talk about everything we currently know about the upcoming Chosen TV series, Book of Moses, including what the plot will be like, who will play Moses, and when we're getting the show. Let's go. Let me briefly talk about this biblical universe that is about to bless our screens. While explaining what he intends with this sort of cinematic universe, Dallas said it will pretty much be like the Marvel universe or Star Wars, but as he notes, those usually suffer from oversaturation. Too much content and sometimes not enough quality. But Dallas intends to tell stories that he believes only he and his partners can tell. Among these stories, we have a show focusing on the Acts of the Apostles. It will most likely be called The Way, and it will come out after The Chosen ends with its 7 seasons. Right now, we're not sure if the actors playing the apostles will return, but they have to, right? The other show that will come out is Joseph. As I briefly mentioned in the introduction of this video, if you want to learn more about when it's coming out and what we'll see in it, you should check out the video I made last week. It has all the information you need. I'm gonna link it down below in the description box so you can check it out. As part of the Chosen's biblical universe, we're also getting projects about Noah and Ruth, although the details of those projects are not out yet. And finally, this is the subject of today's video. We're gonna talk about Moses. So in the announcement, Dallas said that the show will be called Book of Moses, but it may not be the definitive title. It could still change, but I think it's already a great title and we already know so much about the show. For example, we know that it will have 3 separate seasons, so unfortunately it's not going to be as long as The Chosen, but thankfully it's not as short as Joseph either. We're getting something in between 3 seasons focusing on different parts of Moses' life. The reason we're not getting something longer is because I think Dallas has been so tired from making The Chosen for so long that he doesn't want to embark on another project that will take years. He said that part of it may be laziness, but he also believes he can tell a great story with 8 to 10 episodes per season, 3 seasons in total. And honestly, if Dallas is making a creative choice like that, I completely trust him. I'm sure he'll do a good job. So each season will be divided into 3 eras of the Moses story. The first season is about the rescue from Egypt. The second season covers the parting of the Red Sea, the escape, the Exodus, and the journey toward the Promised Land. And the third season will show us the 40 years of wandering in the desert, Moses handing off the leadership, and the capturing of the Promised Land. I mean, the story of Moses is so famous, everyone, even if they don't know the whole story, probably knows some part of it. According to the book of Exodus, Moses was born during a time when his people, the Israelites, were mostly enslaved. When the Egyptian pharaoh saw that these enslaved minorities were increasing in population, he worried that they might ally themselves with Egypt's enemies. So the guy orders all newborn Hebrew boys to be killed to reduce their numbers. Moses' mother, a Hebrew woman, secretly hides her newborn son in the bulrushes along the Nile River. The pharaoh's daughter discovers the infant and adopts him. So Moses grows up in the Egyptian royal family. But after killing an Egyptian slave master who was beating a Hebrew, Moses flees across the Red Sea and encounters the angel of the Lord. God sends Moses back to Egypt to demand the release of the Israelites from slavery. But Moses had a speech impediment. He said he could not speak eloquently, so his elder brother Aaron became his spokesperson. Eventually, Moses leads the exodus of the Israelites out of Egypt, and after 40 years of wandering in the desert, Moses dies at the age of 120 within sight of the Promised Land. I cannot believe we're actually getting a show about this legendary figure, and I'm already trying to figure out who they'll cast as Moses. If you've seen the recent Netflix show Testament to the Story of Moses, the actor chosen to portray the character looks pretty charismatic. I haven't watched the show yet, so I don't know about his performance. If you have, please let me know in the comments. What did you think? I personally think there's a resemblance between Abe Buena-Jalad, who plays Big James in The Chosen, and the actor playing Moses in Testament. So I was wondering, do you think Abe would be a good choice to play the character? I also thought about Yoshi Barrigas because I'm still not over his portrayal of Philip in The Chosen. I didn't want him to leave the show and I still miss him, so I thought maybe he could be a good choice too. But I know most of you guys don't want familiar faces, at least actors from The Chosen, to appear in these new shows, so they may cast a completely unknown actor to play Moses, and I'm okay with that as well. Who do you think should play him? Tell me your choice in the comments, guys. As for when we're getting the show, unfortunately, we have to wait a lot longer. I told you before that Joseph is probably coming out after The Chosen Season 6 because Dallas is not the one working on it, he's just an executive producer and advisor. But for Book of Moses, Dallas will be the creator, so he has to be done with The Chosen before he can start working on a brand new show. And if I know Dallas, I know he won't take a long break, probably a month or two, and then he'll immediately start working on Book of Moses. Actually, I think he might have already started brainstorming ideas with his partners, trying to figure out what kind of story they should tell. Maybe he even wrote a script or two, we'll see. So The Chosen Season 6 will come out in 2 parts, with part 1 coming out toward the end of 2026, and part 2, the final feature-length movie focusing on the crucifixion, coming out in March 2027. Then another feature-length movie as part 1 of Season 7, this time focusing on the resurrection, will come out in 2028. We don't know when the rest of Season 7 will come out. Will it be late 2028? Will it be 2029? I don't know. These years scare me right now, but we do know that Moses will come after The Chosen. So 2029, 2030, we may have to wait 4 or 5 years, unfortunately. You may also be wondering whether the show will be free like The Chosen, and Dallas unfortunately said he can't promise that. So it's very likely the show will have a streaming home. Prime Video is the ultimate candidate, and we'll probably have to watch it there. I mean, Dallas has promised that Chosen will always be free on the Chosen app, but with the other shows, we just don't know yet. Okay, tell me, how do you feel about Book of Moses? Are you more excited about Joseph or Moses? Let me know in the comments and check out that Joseph video too.